guys, Luna here, and welcome to I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. The reason I am starting this is because I've been doing a lot of both Shadows over Loathing along with Genoza, so I figured just to spice this up, I would start on this. I mean, granted, I do have the Pokemon, the Pixelmon. I do have the two SMPs I'm a part of, along with the Sky Blocks as well, but I figured just focus on this just because most of the time the SMPs, like, I'm not on, or I'm just not doing things just because life happens. But I've already done one of this game before. As you can see here, I have done one of them, which you can see I've gotten a decent bit of stuff here. So I've played through this once, so you don't have to. Yeah, I got the professor ending for my first time playing through. So I have a little bit of experience with this game. And there are some content warnings with this. So, obviously, this game is suitable for ages 13 and over. It does not contain excessive violence or explicit sex, but it does deal with the mature topics, which may be uncomfortable for some players. And obviously, there's many ways to live your life. Just like in real life, some choices lead you to dark places. Broadly, content warnings for the game include the following. So there may be major character death. There may be children in peril, animal cruelty, bodily harm and grossness. May be implied sexual content, drug and alcohols, violence and text, mental health and trauma, domestic abuse, and traumatic global events, which, just fair warning, most of them usually do not happen early on, but they happen usually later on, but just for fair warning, because I do not remember where each specifically happens. So we're gonna start a new life, and just wake up again. Yeah, so this game deals with mature content, mature subjects that may not be suitable for all players or viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. Oh yeah, there's this event. You wake up to confusion, a light, and heat and smoke. Fire. Your head is pounding. You must have hit it and blacked out, but you're unsure how you got here on one and for two mishappening. There's something important you need to remember. Your stomach lurches on the floor, clumbers beneath you, and then collapses. Your body aches and your eyes burn from the smoke. A figure appears through the flame. It's your friend? Your friend? Wait, why can't you remember her name? She's gesturing, shutting you, but all you hear is ringing in your ears. Climb out. You try and stand up, but one of your legs fold uselessly underneath you. It won't hold your weight. Your friend pulls you out of the rubble. She throws your arm over the shoulder and half drags you to the door. Through it, you can see a deep, eerie twilight, dark blue and cold against the heat of fire around you. Glow season. Glowing eyes. Shake your head to clear vision. Is that some kind of dog, like from Earth? A creature howls and lunges. Its jaw opens. I was a teenage exocolonist. Such a bop. You're born on the stratosphere Earth's first colony ship, halfway through its 20-year voyage to a wormhole at the edge of the solar system. Your parents run the hydrophilic gardens, which make fresh air and vegetables for the ship. Like the other colonists, they bravely chose to make this one-way journey to the uncharted planet of Fortuna 4 in the hope they could escape Earth's troubles. They had the old-fashioned way of merging their genes like they merged their cultures and tradition. They name you Solanius, not something else. gonna do female, she, her feminine appearance. Your bright-eyed child with active imagination. Sometimes too active, your mom says. These can be changed at any time. One of your earliest memories are of your 4th birthday. There's a big cake with a neat hollow effect that looks like fire, but when you reach out and touch it, you get a handful of icing. Yummy. Your favorite present is a gardening trowel, an animal book from your dad, a doll from Antecedent, Captain Lou's old hat, a learning table from Professor Hal, and a sports ball from from Sheridan Rift. Flushes. An animal book from your dad. The best part is the chapter about dinosaurs. Earth had a lot of animals, but there were none about the stratosphere. Dad says Fortuna might have animals, but we won't know until we get closer. You follow your dad around in the gardens pretending to be a dinosaur. From as early as you can remember, you had vivid dreams every night. You dream about strangers you've seen so familiar, and wide-eyed open spaces and very different from the stratosphere. Sometimes dreams are bad and makes you scared to go to sleep. So every night before lights go out, Dad tells you a bedtime story. You often ask for tales of Earth, a place you only see in the hollow bits. Your dad doesn't want to talk about it. How about we save that for another time, or maybe when you're older. He prefers made-up stories. Your favorite is Sir Knights and Prelunches, Superheroes and Justice Wars, Future Dog and Space Cadets, or engineering books, plus on mind challenges and +2 to brain challenges. This is from a past life. I will do ship engineering manuals. Forget fiction, you strangely drawn to the diagrams and equations in a manual that accidentally found its way onto the shelf of the kids' books. You spend hours divining the meaning behind these cryptic pictures. Your dad tries to explain the best of his abilities. Every child in Terrestrial is given one genetic enchantment. By age 6, your first signs are yours. Let's see here. I guess I would go for... I mean, I already have a lot of blue stuff, but I do have empathy. So I think I'm gonna go with extra fingers with the +1 on win challenges. +10 creativity. Extra fingers. You've heard that a long time ago, having a 6th finger would have been something you hide or remove, but Antecedent says sometimes the best magicians on Earth have the gene for extra fingers, just like you. Yeah, because my first time, I basically maxed out all of my brain skills with like a couple of the other skills. You're also very, very good at making crafts. Who do you pick as your friends? So... yeah, Tangent was my first actual friend. Or like in first like relationship and all that. I think I want to be sweet and shy Tammy. Tammy's adorable. +5 empathy and +6 creativity. When you're 8, Tammy wants to bake a special cake for Antecedent, who wants to create. It has to be a real Earth carrot cake with real carrots because that's what Auntie's favorite. Tammy needs help getting help from the gardens. You ask your mom for the carrots. Biology and loyalty. Or ask your mom what you need your mom asks what you need carrots for, and you tell her it's a secret. She says no. Just because you're a daughter doesn't mean you get any special treatment. She gives you a biology lesson instead. You're 10 years old when your ship finally reaches the wormhole. Professor Hal says it's like the doorway to these other star systems, which the planet Fortuna 4 is on the other side. You run emergency drills for months to prepare. When the day finally comes, it starts with a rumble. Then things start to slide off the tables. You hurry together near the escape pods, just in case. Single file, everyone. Professor Hal instructs you to follow him. You do as he says. The emergency area is crowded with families. It's gonna be fine, Lunas, your dad soothes. You will be through the wormhole and down on the planet before you know it, just like we practiced. Your mom gives him a sharp, worried look. See, red emergency lights switch on as the siren begins to sound somewhere in the distance. You try to breathe slowly like you were taught, but very scared. You look at a porthole. The stars are gone. When you're frightened, you... Let's see here. Get in touch with your emotions. So less stress, relationships with Tammy and Mars, and stress guy. You bawl like a baby, it feels good. You aren't the only ones. Nearby, your classmates Tammy has tears streaming down her cheeks. Marzi is trying to quietly to console her. She sighs as your crying makes Tammy rail even more loudly. Dad puts his arm around you as you let it out. You wait, the shaking builds. Then everything starts to get very weird. The hallway stretches as you feel you're stretching too. Your arms are impossibly long. Your head feels like it's slowly filling up like a balloon, contracting down to the size of an atom at the same time. Is this the wormhole? You hear the distant, ominous squeal of metal giving way as the ship shudders and lurches in slow motion. The weirdest part is a sense of deja vu. You're sure this has happened to you before, and you know somehow that everything's going to be okay. The shutting reaches a crescendo. You hear an impossibly loud crunch, and then feel weightless for a few seconds before gravity slams you back against the wall headfirst. You black out. As you slip unconscious, as you feel yourself twisted out of time. It's today, yesterday, and tomorrow all at once, and more than just one tomorrow. Lots of them, different tomorrows. You find yourself in a place far from your dreams. Tilted fields and dramatic ridges and a stranger, but also not a stranger, grinning as she grabs your hand. Hurry up, she says. I'm not going to let you miss this. Distantly, you can feel the ship shaking and stopped in your parents' worried voices. Feeling safe, you slip further into the warm embrace of the stars. You drift. Gradually, your consciousness reforms. You wake up in the medbay. The medbay under you has played a soft tone and an automatic voice speaks. 2 weeks have elapsed. The patient's cranial injury has completed healing. They may now be safely discharged. As the fog lifts from your head, you realize something that seems different in this room. It's so bright. You try and focus on the window. Something definitely different. Ground? Instead of familiar blackness, a bright light from twin blue and yellow suns streaming through the windows. You peer out and see fields, grass-filled domes, and walls ringed by giant mushroom trees. There are construction materials everywhere, and people are walking outside on the ground. You better get out there and join them. Rush outside and join your new life. Tammy wakes up as you step out the ship's corner behind her. You're awake. Are you better? You better go see your dad. She points southeast to the gymnastic domes. To walk, click on the ground. Click on characters to talk to them. Tammy, hi Tammy. Tammy looks concerned. You slept so long after you bumped your head. I bet your parents are worried. Your dad's working in the gynoponics near those domes. They're called greenhouses. I'll go with you, but since this is as far as I've been from the ship since we landed, it's scary outside. It's okay, Tammy. Command is the warren of long hallways with doors off the tiny, nondescript offices. Everyone seems to pass you hurrying to do something important. The end of the one hallway opens up into a supply depot, which works both requisition office and a general store. Beyond it are cavernous warehouses stacked high with supplies from Earth now being gradually unpacked and distributed. View the notice board. So we have minus 100% low colony shortfall. Colony security evaluating. Coming event will be hosting a first annual Vartamulia festival in the second month of dust. Notice, take precautions outside the colony boundaries. Xenofauna have been sighted in the area. Several teams are investigating. And these are the people who are currently in command. Okay. Is there anything else here? Living quarters. The ship's quarters are everywhere. Eats, sleeps, and hangs out. Private bedrooms are small. You share one with your parents, so colonists spend most of the time in the big common area. There's a lounge and a cafeteria and a creche where all the little kids and babies are raised communally. Dear. Engineering. A low throbbing noise comes from the engine room, which provides power to the colony. All the corridors lead off to the teaching lab and med bay. You know the route to your classroom well, but the rest of the ring's off limits to children. Conference's ship's onboard AI beams down at you from a nearby holoscreen. Don't forget to steady heart, Lunas. I love her design with extra little roof stuff. Oh, and you can click on it. Okay. Artificial intelligence. Cool. The garrison, a small team led by Security Chief Ref, was busy enough to keep the peace on the stratospheric. To stay busy, they also ran exercise gym and sports ball courts. Here on Fortuna, the garrison has expanded fast. They're building a huge wall around the colony and have an outdoor fighting range and a big covered dojo. And best of all, a regular-sized sports ball courts. Talk to you in a second, Dad. The greenhouse has different biomes inside, growing plants from the earth that might belong to a desert jungle or a temperate forest. Some are so delicate you have to spray off any germs in an airlock before you can enter. The seasonal garden outside is dotted with blue nobodies, little flowers with what looks like wiggling little creatures stuck inside each one. A sign explains it's a decoy meant to attract some kind of flying predator to come and pollinate the flower. Hey Dad, how you doing? Lunas, your dad gives you a big warm hug. I'm so happy you're finally awake. Dr. Instance thought it'd be best to keep you asleep while your noggin healed. Your mother and I thought you might sleep away the whole year, my snazzy little gooseberry. He checks your head and looks relieved. He was clearly worried about you, but covers with jokes and smiles. Aw, love you, Dad. Welcome to Fortuna, he says, gesturing around you. Never seen the stratosphere from the outside, except in pictures. The ship has been separated into and parts taken off to form other buildings and brick walls around the colony. The alien jungle creeps right up to the wall. Only the geodestined greenhouses pass outside it, dotting all the way up along the hill. It's beautiful. Glad you agree. Your mother and I, we've been waiting a long time to see the grass and trees again, even if they are purple. And before he pulls a package out from his satchel and hands it to you. You blink and stare at it blankly. Don't you know what day it is, he asks. You honestly don't. You remind him you've been asleep in a med bay. Happy birthday, he shouts, wrapping in a warm hug. Your birthday ready? You feel dizzying sense of deja vu. You stare at him and wrap in the package. You know exactly what's in there. You remember it. No, you dreamed about the package. Some years ago it was on the ship. Inside is a small medallion in the shape of a sun Dad made by hands. Oh, in the package. How do you know? It's exactly how you imagined as you dreamed. As you feel panic rise inside your throat, your hand shakes, but how? Dad notices. Are you okay, Lunas? He snaps his finger. Dr. Instance shouldn't have let you out so early. Sometimes those sleeping med bays take a while to wear off. They might have make your head feel a little funny for a few hours. You know, maybe that's all that is to it. Someone shouts your names. Shouts your dad's name. Listen, I'm so sorry, Lunas, but, he says, but I have to get back to work. There's an accident when we landed and he stops himself. Don't worry, we're gonna fix it, your mother and I. Fashion is expecting you in classes if you're feeling up for it, Dad says, pointing to the west of the engineering wing in the rear end of the bisected ship. And then he points to the large doors you came out earlier, or you can relax in our corridors until you're feeling better. We'll talk later tonight, he says, then kisses the top of your head and ruffles your hair. Have a wonderful birthday, Lunas, I love you. Love you too, Dad. To enter the building, click on the door or the flags beside it, or get close and press enter or the action button. You then get to choose activities for a month to gain skills and advance time. There are 13 months a year and 10 years to end the game. You only have to focus on a few things. Rich memories. And if I remember correctly, gear, yeah. You'll be adding to your decks as you age, and you can get cards by spending time relaxing. You have a limited number of gear slots based on your organization and other skills. Click gear to equip it and unequip it. Collectibles that you find while exploring may be given as gifts as friends or to challengers for one-off bonuses. I think I'll stick with the animal book because I like having the +1 to flushes. So yeah, this is nothing here that I can do. I'll talk to Yeah, so I can relax if I want to, which I'm probably not gonna do. So I can study life sciences, or I can study the humanities. Is there anything else I can do here? No. So I guess I can... Hey, Lunas! And Anemone seems to be really at home here. She's rolling a sports ball around with her foot, making patterns in the weird blue snow. This stuff's different from snow on Earth, he tells you, because it isn't cold, but it's sunny, and you can make stuff out of it. Your froggy head clears a little. Enemy is simple, physical, real. You always feel grounded when you hear. What'd you make it? Just snow spirals, she says. But earlier me and Cal made a big snow pile. You missed it while you were sleeping in mid-bay. She smiles, and her broad gap-toothed smile at you. Now you're awake, we can play. So, why aren't you in school? She smacks her forehead. School, I wondered where everybody was. I'm guessing I'm going to be late for humanities class. She doesn't look very worried to you. It's okay. Professor Hell is chill. He won't mind, but we should probably go now. She grins and starts running towards engineering. Hey, race you. Not fair. She's getting a head start. Excuse me. Let's see, I'll talk to you. Hey, Diaz. Diaz is sitting on the ground beside some bushes. Is he hiding from somebody? He seems to be watching the gate from the wall to the south, while grown-ups are coming and going. Kids aren't allowed past the walls, he says quietly without looking up. They say there's nothing to be afraid of, but then why do we need walls? Stare at the gate and then have a sudden rush of memory so strong you think you might faint. Imagine something crashing through the wall, something enormous and dark and wriggly. For years in space, you've half-remembered nightmares from monsters and the ship being destroyed, of sitting through wreckage and used to be your home, trying to find something. Your dad always told you your dreams weren't real. Breaking from the daydream, Dias whispers, I think there are monsters out there. I believe you. No, you don't. He says, you're being sarcastic, I can tell nobody believes you. He turns his back and ignores you. They're huge and wriggly and dangerous. Stop making fun of me, Dice past your bad Mars. No, I was trying to be your friend. No. Can I do anything here? No. Guess I'll just... You're adorable, Dias. I want to be your friend. Guess I'll just... study the humanities. Welcome, Lunas. Professor How greets you. I hope you're all warmed up and ready to study the glorious humanities, history, literature and language, media and philosophy. And yes, if you're lucky, we have a little ancient earth poetry too. He seems excited about that last bit. By the way, if anyone is interested in taking engineering classes, please register through Conjurage's scheduling system when you have a chance. She'll be helping me teach them. Today's assignment is an easy one, Cal says with a yawn. Because I was up late repairing Confucius' sub-terminal, I could use a nap. I'd like you to write an essay on Vertuna's colony means to you. I'm just gonna doodle. She just wrote it. Hal leans back in his chair and begins to snore. You don't even bother reading this assignment, so you just practice drawing up made-up animals on your holopad instead. Aw. When Hal wakes up from his nap, he asks a few students to read their essays to class. You're docked a few kudos when he discovers he didn't bother doing the assignment. He thinks your animals are pretty cool, though. So, when you get to class, you play quick card challenges as the month passes. Move to fill up the 5 panes to make the best hands. Yes, order matters. If you get the circle right and reaches your goal, you win. Depending on your card, some challenges can't be won, but you still get a award for doing your best. Yeah, bonuses for flushes, same cards together, and pairs for bonuses for pairs, same number together. Bonuses for straight, increasing from left to right. The more cards flushing in a flush, pair, or straight, the higher the bonus added to your total. Cards can affect each other, so it can be rearranged for the best total score. Let's see here. +1. So if I do like that, there we go. Yeah, that's a pair, 2 pair, and then all the yellows are together. I don't think I can do anything else. Worked well this month. +1 creativity. And 3 stars is the best score you can possibly get. Your skills increase when you work or go to school, with extra skills if you win the challenge, and a kudos bonus if you make the highest score possible with your cards. Working also increases stress, which prevents you from working if it reaches 100. To relieve stress, take a month off to relax in the quarters ring. So you got some creativity, got some persuasion, got some stress, and got some kudos. Yeah, definitely going to be focusing on my creativity skills. Your parents have been working down to well after dinner after every day. You know, from growing food is an important job, and it's vital to get crops in the ground right away, but it seems something more than that. It's such a change from growing up in the stratosphere when you saw them all the time. You stay up and wait for them at night before going to bed. Then, though you can tell they're exhausted, they make an effort to spend time with you, though. Which I fully remember that that there is definitely some important things to keep in mind for this. I'm sorry I haven't seen much of you, little gooseberry. Dad says your mom watches you as she works a pebble from a garland tiller, which also serves as a crutch. How have you been holding up? This has all happened before. You tell them how you knew about the medallion before your dad made before you saw it because you dreamt about it when you were a kid. The more you speak, the harder it is to stop. You tell them about all the things you were, though they were just dreams, and how you started coming true ever since you landed in Fortuna. You kept remembering all the stuff about happening. It's all weird and confusing. Honey, your mom interrupts you. I know you've been under a lot of stress. We all have. She sighs and gives you a concerned look, and then he shrugs helplessly. I'm sorry I haven't been there for you, but it's possible you think you might be getting this up to make... But it might be possible you think you might be making this up to get attention. I swear to you, this is real. Try and stay calm and explain, but you keep talking faster and faster. Before long, your breath is coming up in hiccups, and you start to cry uncontrollably. Parents don't know what to say. All they can do is hold you tight and stroke your head. Of course, they don't believe you, and you can't think of a way to prove it to them. When you've calmed down a bit, you hear them talking quietly to each other over your head. She did have a back concussion. Maybe there's some permanent damage. What if our baby... They look so anxious and pain now, even worse than before. They insist you go back to see the doctor insists for a checkup, and he take you there immediately. You end up spending another month in med bay. Doctor insists on giving you sleeping medication, just that makes you drowsy, but at least you aren't sleeping the entire time like before. She takes a lot of health readings. You take notes too and learn a bit about medicine because there's nothing else to do. It's boring and stressful at the same time. Your parents come and visit you in the evening, but nobody wants to talk about the dreams or memories or whatever they are, or were. You've been sleeping deeply with the medication, so at least you haven't been remembering a feeling in a while. When they try and bring the subject up, Dr. Instance always says you should get some rest and tell the med bay to give you more sleeping days. Days pass. Early quiet. Mid-quiet. You feel trapped and helpless. Days blur into one another in hazy sleep, and you lose a moment you look longingly through the windows of the colony, bustling with excitement in the life of new planet. You realize no one will believe you if you keep talking about past lives, or worse, you end up here again, wasting all your time sleeping. If you really are living this life over and over again, time is something you can't waste, and you figure out what's happening. After a month of enforced rest, the Dr. Instant says she can see nothing wrong with you, and you simply must be feeling the effects of stress. You just need to take it easy, my little tomato, your dad tells you. Landing on Fortuna has been quite a big change for all of us. It's natural to feel anxious and act out. Mom looks a little disappointed, but she tells you she loves you. Can I just go home now? Instant looks up from her hollow pad and turns when everyone turns to look at her. I don't see why not, she says, and goes back to her work. You know, says your dad, raising an eyebrow at Mom, I think there's a lot of different ways to learn. School is probably just one of them. You can learn from working on a hobby or helping friends. Mom shakes her head and sighs, though you can tell she's trying to put on a gentle expression. We both agree that this colony is an experiment, and that means we're going to do a lot of things differently on Earth. You're old enough now to start making your own decisions about your education and future, and if that means you find your own way, we'll accept that. Your dad puts a hand on your shoulder. We'll be proud of you no matter what you do. Try talking to your friends. They may have ideas how you can spend your time. And come help by geoponics, your mom adds. We could use your help. This week you had a far more bouts of deja vu, remembering when somebody is about to say I do just before they do. Sometimes they actually do it, but not always. This morning you were sure Professor Aller was going to trip on an uneven floor in cafeteria and spill a plate of hash browns. He even told Marcy to watch. He didn't, though. As Professor Hall walks away, his hash brown's safe for today. Marcy calls you a liar and a dummy. At night, your dreams all mix up with stuff that you know can't be real. You're chased by monsters the size of buildings, only to be saved by strange people you never met. You're holding hands with somebody you love. You're crying as you lift a shouting body into colony recycler. Everything seems so familiar, but when you try and recall their faces when you wake up, they're smeared in your memory like wet paints. You lived this life before in your dreams, you're sure of it. In the light of day, you try and remember everything from your dreams, but it's impossible. You can't live a lifetime in dreams. Anytime you try and tell someone they think you're playing a trick or that you're sick and you need to go to medbay, you eventually decide to stay quiet about your strange dreams. Why? Because secret powers are fun. You start keeping a private journal on your holopad, recording the events where you remember something before it happens. You also write down your dreams when they have a feeling being real, just like the idea of being magic and seeing the future. But some of those dreams are very scary. You hope that, like Professor How's hash browns, they don't come true. So, late quiet. There's obviously people all around that I can talk to. Guess I'll just go from right to left, I guess. Cal is riding around a geoponics gardens on his hoverboard. The board comes to a shuddering stop in the rocky ground in front of you. Cal falls off, but catches a balance before he starts. Islanders, ground here is real harder to hover on than ship floors. There are bumps everywhere. We'll have to adapt. Yeah, Cal explains. Things are actually way better on planet side. Hovering outside his route, look at this. He runs over to a small depression in a nearby hill and presents it like it's something amazing. Look at this, it's a ski pole. Cool, can I try? Sure, but please be careful. Mom says if I break my hoverboard, we can't make another one. You take turns riding around the bowl, trying to get up enough speed to go down one side and come back up on the other. You don't land any tricks, it's hard just staying on the board with this uneven ground, but it's still fun. Aw. Hey, Mom. You find your mom hardworking setting up the greenhouses with small construction crew. You've seen these plants pinned to the wall of the family quarters for years now. These geocentric domes with house way more delicate plants from Earth. Spinach, tomatoes, maybe even fruits. She takes a swig from your canteen as you approach. Looking for something to do? Remember, Lunas, you're responsible for your own schedule now that we landed, so you can decide how you spend your time so long as it's productive. She points to the engineering wing in the back half of the shed. She views a separate frame. Professor is still expecting in class, but a well-rounded education includes practical education. You're old enough to help with the artwork work around here. I got another minute. Anything you need to know? What are you doing in geoponics? She looks down and nudges at a sprout between her feet. It's green, the color of earth plants. We're doing our best, but it hasn't been easy. I just hope potatoes and corn can handle the weather here, she says, glancing up at the sky. Here it rains like heck in red season. She takes a look at you up and down. You're growing really fast, Lunas, but you're still too young for rear farming. Instead, there's a lot of soil that needs to be hauled. Don't build up those muscles. You'll need them now that we're out in the real world doing real work. Out here, we have to rely on physical strength. Mom's really strong. What's going on in command? I think Seek said that they need someone to deliver supplies in their teapot. They're also setting up shop there if you got some kudos to spend. And of course, that's where Governor Evelyn works. But you shouldn't bother her. She's a busy woman and she doesn't have your mother's patience with kicks. You try not to giggle. Your mom isn't known for her patience. Could I join the expeditions? Oh, you're too long to leave the colony. It's dangerous. Your father would be worried. There's so much left we still don't know about the world out there. Let the adults find out, and then maybe you can join them in a few years when you're older. She gives you a stern look. She isn't going to budge on this one. For now, stay inside the world. What's the garrison? Security Chief Fresh is organizing a sports ball team. You used to play, didn't you, back on the ship? Be different here with the planet's gravity. All of the adults in the colony, Rayet and your mom, are the most like soldiers you see on the holobid. For a moment you think your mom's going to suggest something else, then she shakes your head. You're too young for defense training, so don't worry about that yet. You enjoy yourself and stay out of trouble. What's happening in engineering? How's teaching classes on life science, engineering, and humanities? If you pass all your tests, maybe he'll let you work there in a few years. Your father thinks you'll be old enough for school. You're old enough that school is optional? I don't agree, but I'll be honest with you. She says, gesturing to the fears, we do need every pair of hands we can get. If you want to work with me here in geoponics, I would suggest studying life science. If you don't have a good grasp on biology and ecology, you're going to stick you on shovel duty. What can I do in the quarters? If you need a break, you can visit the lab and see your friends. But, she warned, raising a finger, I don't want you to see lounging around all the time. You need to work hard too. Okay, bye. Hi, Dad. Hi, my little potato. Dad explained, smiling warmly. What have you been up to today? Playing with fresh air. He breathes deeply and looks around. Fortuna is magnificent, isn't it? You nod. Season, he shouts, throwing his hands wide. I miss seasons. Back on Earth, it's got much, much colder, and the snow wasn't half as pretty as spark snow. He sighs, stretching. Just wait until dust season. Both the suns will be high in the sky, and it will be really hot then. You'll see. Hey. A sharp whistle interrupts your thoughts. Hey, Lunas. Marcy calls out to you. Come here, I have a job for you. You walk over to Marcy, sheltering from the snow under the ship's overhang. It's so gross here, she complains. A spark joke could ruin my good clothes. At least on the ship we had climate control. Ugh. Tammy made me some soy sweets, but there's no way I'm going out there in this weather. She continues. Since you like running around in it, could you fetch them for me? Sure. Okay. Good. She'd probably just down the hill near the corridor. She's scared to take more than a few steps from the door. All she wants to do is hide inside and make sweets. I get that. Before I talk to you, I want to make sure there's no one else I have to talk to. Yeah. And Mia's bumping a sports ball from where she's trying to keep it in the air. Heads up! And she shouts, bumps the ball into your direction. Think fast. Bounce back. You bounce the ball back and forth with her, trying to see how many times you can rally and keep it going. An enemy tells you about a new sports ball court, a proper regulation-sized court, way bigger than the little ZOG one back in the stratosphere. Brother Calm is coaching the junior sports team this year. He's so great. He's so good at everything, especially spiking. He's coaching at me to play awesome like him. You should come join us. Hey. Tangy is hunched over Holopron, frowning and poking angrily at the air. She speaks without looking up at you. Professor Hall wants us to prep up a list of native flora with pictures. It should be a catalog on the colony HoloNet, but I can't find it anywhere. I'll help you find that catalog. You launch your own hologram and start searching the colony's HoloNet archives for a list of baboon plants and animals. 10 minutes later, you find it buried under surveillance logs in the expedition nets. Enemy passes by and pulls a face at the two of you. Hey, Hollow Nerd, she shouts. School's over. Come play sports balls in the sunshine. Tang just rolls her eyes. Hey. Tammy's staring obliviously at the sky, smiling at herself. She startled at your approach. Hello, Luna, she says, putting her hand to her chest. Do you need something? I'm here for Mars' soy sweets. Tammy smiles at you. Oh, it's so nice for you to help out Mars. She's a very important person, you know. She hands you a box of wrapped in a pink and yellow scarf. One order of mango sweets and made fresh this morning. She says, please tell Mars that she can have the scarf back, okay? She used some of her kudos to nano print it for me because it's so dusty here, but I think I'm getting used to it now. Tammy smiles again and she tucks her hair behind her big elven ears. Mars is so cool, she says fondly. Sometimes she's kind of bossy, but I know she really cares too. What else do you have to say? You see Tammy sitting quietly near the entrance of the lounge. You've known her for well your entire life. Back in the ship, you used to play with her. Tammy had the best doll collection. After her mom died, her dad used to nanoprint his nanoprinter creds to print her a different doll every month for a whole year. That's actually really, really sweet. Her ears perk up when she sees you. Hello, Moose, she says, her voice soft and dreamy like a beam of starlight. Do you want to play too? I sure do. One empathy and relationship. She is adorable, and I appreciate her, because she's adorable. You don't think Tammy will ever be too old to play with dolls. If anything, she has more of them now. Honestly, not that surprising. Especially with everything going on. So, let's see here, I just... got a little something I'm doing on the side as well. She takes you to a course and brings out her spacey stagey doll collection. Why am I not surprised? A deserving realistic baby with real movements with two super fancy posable dolls named Lily and Tilly can be programmed to move on their own. Tammy isn't very good at the programming, so Lily and Tilly just roll around awkwardly when you turn them on. Again, why am I not surprised that that's what happens? You cover quickly by saying there must be breakdancing at a club, and the two of you spend the afternoon making up stories of the rise and stardom of professional dancers. That is the most adorable thing that I've seen. It's so adorable. Hey, got you your sweets. I hope you appreciate this because... Yeah. Oh, I don't have more persuasion. Darn. Marcy puts her out expectantly. Give it here. Here it is. You hand over the box of sweets with a smile. Marcy takes them and giggles. You're such a good guy, sidekick, doing everything I say. She opens the box and hands you a soy suit. Your tip, she tells you. And Administrator Chic is looking for someone to deliver jobs in depots. I don't want to do it because, like, running around there, no. Just go through there and tell them I referred you. Why am I not surprised you don't want to do it? So I have a lot of different things I could do. So I don't have toughness or organizing to apply for jobs, so I would just have to do that later. So I could relax, but I still can do something. Engineering class. I don't have enough engineering to do that. If only I did study life sciences. I could play sports ball. Would give me some bravery and toughness, which would be pretty important. I could shovel dirt, which would just be toughness. I think I would just want to do... I think I will... Let's see, can this... Yeah, I think I'm gonna do one more humanities, just so that way... It's possible to part with either Tang or Mars for group work this project. Every time you get one of them to try to be a partner, they're stuck to each other like glue. Can't imagine they'll be friends, but the evidence is right before your eyes. Which, not too surprising. So, which hopefully I can still do some fun stuff, so looking for more difficulty, turn on harder challenges for option to keep you on your toes. I'm not going to turn that on just because I don't want to deal with harder challenges. If you guys ever pick up this game, you guys can totally pick it on. Want to focus on the story? You replace future minigames with a quick coin flip based on your agent skill. You can change either option on any time. I want to try and do the card challenges. So, let's see. Could do it like this. So 0, 0, 1, 2, 2. So it's 10. It's 14. If I do it like that, it's how's that? Oh, cause 0, 1, 2. Super goal. Yeah, that's the best score you probably could have gotten. Okay, now I maxed out on strength. Wait, quiet. Early pollen. You have anything? Practice from Mula, they're gonna do festival and dust season, they're having a bowl wrestling contest. I'm gonna compete. Unfortunately, I can't train with you. Dice is high near the south gate. His hands in the pockets, idly staring at the ground, digging his toes in the boots into the dirt. He nods at you, but doesn't say anything. Tanta just sniffs the air. It stinks here, not just once a year. Every day it's a new stink. Today smells like... She calls her nose. Like that time in the race reclaimer unit broke down. Yeah. You haven't noticed the smell. She's sure sensitive, or maybe she just likes the sailor into the ship better. Hey, oi, Lunas, Marcy says, looking you up and down with a sneer. Your shoes are gross. That's what you get for walking around in third here. She sniffs. Not for me. I'm sticking to the ship they pay. But with all the sticky mud. I wonder if maybe she's just scared more about getting dirty. Hey, cool collection. Senior X egg. I got a gift for you. Yeah, I got something. To say make you feel like time it's just me. I feel like I could eat a whole mushroom tree just. I got a gift for you. Oh, this egg looks real tasty. Wait, can eat this, right? Probably, maybe. Tammy stayed surveying the head of expeditions and means he's out surveying in the jungle every day. This morning you see her crying in the door as he leaves. I don't like it when he goes out there, she sniffs after he's gone, but he's so brave, and so are you, that's why I like you, Lunas. Oh, I wish I had more empathy. Hey, have you ever tried standing in the mud yet? It's the best, most amazing feeling I've ever felt. You look down, sure enough, Cal's feet are bare and muddy as heck. Daring grass feel neat to you, he continues. Sometimes the rocks hurt, but my mom says I'll build calluses. You should try it. Well, I don't have anything I can give you at the moment. Hey, Dad. Your brightness when he sees you right is my favorite newspaper. He reads, I'm glad it's not as messed up as you know. Pollen is no joke. Hey, Lunas. I'm good. Nothing really I want to learn. Expeditions, Hey there, kid. I'm afraid expansion all off limits for now. It's not safe for the kids. You better toughen up so you can join the squads when you're older. Okay, bye. Guess I'll just relax for now. The ship's quarters are where everyone sleeps, eats, and hangs out. The private bedrooms are small, and you share one of your parents. Yeah. Lounge is long, well-lit hallway and outer hall of the ship's midsection. It's strewn with tables and cushions and serves as a communal living room with a one tiny wooden station every family is assigned. You flop down into the lounge, being bag pie with some of the other kids. The Callous dazed, peaceful look on his face. The ale smells so good on Fortuna, and so does the dirt even. You notice the clothes are obviously filthy, obviously couldn't care less. Holy crap, there's so much space to run around and play in. Calm and Chief Red set up an outdoor sports court, and it's way huger than the one on the ship, yes. Tangent carefully sticks one cushion from the pile and perches on it. The school is expanding to some of the empty engineering bays, she tells you, and we're getting a big new lab to do experience using local resources. There's so much to learn about this planet. And Mean rolls your eyes, but Tank continues. We shouldn't forget our studies because we landed. School, let's play outside. Lunas is right, you hear over the shore, and when you started to find Daze standing right before you. Gad, when did he get here? Did you see those huge beaches in the jungle as we were landing? Darius continues wondering as thread is shadow until unravels. I wonder if there's way more out there. So, Anem, Cal, and Diaz I get relationships with. You've had less of a deja vu, more dreams come to feeling this week, and you're starting to think you can imagine it, but suddenly you remember a prickling sensation in the back of your neck, and remember that Mars is about to enter the lounge and tell everyone to look outside. You stare at the door. Mars walks through as if on cue. OMG, everyone look outside. They're hoisting a flag over command. She says, clasping her hands excitedly. You know what this means, right? She stands tall with her hands on her hips. Fortuna is officially humanity's first exocolony ever. You stand to look at the flag, feeling dizzy, and silently mouth the words along what she says next. You remember this moment so well. This is history, kids, she exclaims, wrapping an enemy intention in each of her arms. And we were here, and we're there. Let's see. Well, I kind of do still want the 2, so... Wake from an afternoon nap. This dream you're in one you had so many times. The air is strangely pink and fluffy, kind of sticky, and you have to push your way through it. It feels like every step takes an eternity. Push through the pink cloud and emerge from the children's creche, a room you know so well, to see your friend Tammy standing before an enormous bear made of pure light. It lunges at her. Through her, she collapses to the ground like a fainting fairy tale princess. You wake up with your heart racing. Tammy's leaning over you where you've been sleeping on a nest of pillows. She shakes your shoulder gently. Oh, I'm sorry, Luna, she says as if speaking to a small child. I think you are having a nightmare. Are you okay? Are you? Nothing bad happened in the dream, but you feel sick with dread. Since you're awake, you should visit the cafeteria. Auntie C is making a new kind of candy. She says it's made of cotton. Isn't that weird? I have to go tie the creche first, but then I'll meet you there. Save some for me, okay? Tammy skips off to the creche, humming to herself. You feel groggy and you immediately had that dream. Wait, go save Tammy! You sprint down the hall to the children's creche where all the little kids play and learn during the day. It's empty. All the younger kids are probably off eating candy onto seat-ins. You spot Tammy tearing up some drawing supplies near the craftsman. Above her, a hollow structure projects an enormous floating teddy bear made of purple light, a bob silent in the air. Mr. Bear's worth a decade of happy memories playing with it, flashing through your mind in an instant. Tammy stands up in the toys and switches to turn it off. and you slam into her, knocking her off her feet into the ground. At the same moment, the hollow projector sparks and explodes. The bear disappears, and the whole room goes dark. Save Tammy! Yay! Because originally you weren't able to actually save her. In the dim emergency lighting, you see Tammy's eye go with surprise and fear. She sits up and rubs your elbow, staring at you. I just saved your life! My life? She says, peering into the dark room, looking even more frightened. How? She tried to explain the hollow projector was going to shock her, but it didn't seem to understand. But it's Mr. Bearsworth, she says. It's just a toy. She doesn't believe you, but that's okay. You're just happy that you followed a dream gone here in time. You decide not to mention the dream since she seems weirded out already. After a minute, the light comes back on. The projector is dead, a thin trickle of stinky smoke coming from the base. Don't worry, Tammy says, brightening as she gets her feet. Professor Howe can fix it. He can fix anything. By the time you find the profession finished cleaning up, you already forgotten about the pink candy in the cafeteria. Aw. Well, I want to save Tammy. Let's see. I will talk to... Yeah, I'll talk to everyone and I'll finish up. Lunas. Yeah. Tangent says, approaching you with purpose. You need to discuss my brother. Who, Dis? Yes, Dis, she says impatiently. Need to figure out where he's been disappearing ever since we landed. Barely see him anymore. He doesn't even come home at night. Sometimes She trails off and looks at fate. Well, I'm not very good in terms of my brother as of late, but, well, people are coming forward. You get the feeling Tang is the one person worried, but she doesn't want to admit it. Which, not that surprising. I'll talk to him. He probably won't tell you. Tangent is like Newton's apple, she swears. He won't even talk to me anymore. She sighs. You may have to follow him. I would, but everyone in the lab would know I'm gone. No one cares where he goes during the day. Enemies running around the sports ball court, touching hands to the ground at each corner. 18, 19. When she's reached 20, she collapses on the grass and checks her all apart. I'm training. My big bro says I have to get my legs climax to the plane if I'm going to be a team captain like him. Tell Diaz that his sister Tangent wants to know where he's been getting after to. His eyes flip briefly toward you and stares vaguely off to the engineering wing where his sister is reading on her hollow pad between classes. He doesn't say anything. She's worried about you. She doesn't care about me. And she says something. Tangent is worried about you getting in trouble if I don't come home one day. He scowls and picks up his sweater. She doesn't care about anything but her schoolwork. Just leave me alone. Just lumps in relief as you go. Man, it's so hard to be friends with this. Oh, hi, Luna's bar's been looks bored. My dad made me come out here to get some fresh air. I don't know what's so fresh about it, but it's full of acid, snow, pollen, and what. I don't know what's even worse. Okay. Talk to those two in a second. Nothing there. Nothing with that. The sound, they're so warm. Cozy, just like the one blueberry. Blue is kind of warm, but the yellow one's like you heat in the sky. The glow is not hot, so nothing important for you. Tammy's sitting on the grass with a baby in her lap. They're playing nice leaves and flowers. A strand of the bear eats in Tammy's hair or something. Tammy keeps gently removing her hair and from the baby's mouth. Oh, Luna, she giggles as you join you. Aren't babies the best? There are so many new babies in Korea. You would think you're starting colony or something, Tammy laughs. But the parents are too busy doing other work. Someone needs to take care of the little ones. She looks down lovingly at the baby who's now sucking a part of her skirt, getting good damp with the baby drool. You can help too, it'll be fun. Nice. The baby chooses a moment to spit a big puddle of pale yellow liquid on Tammy's chest. Whoopsie. Tammy cools and picks the baby up, then holds it out toward you. Could you take them for a minute while I find a towel, Lunas? The baby hiccups and rolls their eyes. They still look a little too queasy for you. Of course. +1 Tammy's confidence. Yay! You hold the baby against your shoulder and pat the back. You've seen parents do sometimes. They let a satisfying loud bletch, and you feel a trickle of liquid on your back. But you don't care, because there's nothing better than the fresh baby smell. You decide it might take Tammy up on that babysitting job. Babies are just, after a certain minute, just definitely, ugh. With that, I am going to save. Let's see, so new save 1. And then I'm gonna go back to main menu. And I hope you guys have a good day, night, week, month of your lives. May the stars forever guide your path, wherever it might lead you into the future. Bye bye, everybody.